Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee and Lore. Normally, I have a bunch of people helping me out with these videos, like recording it, editing it, all of that. And unfortunately, I'm all by myself right now. Everybody's on vacation or they are at work, so there's nobody helping me. So please excuse any time I have to reach to turn on or off the camera. Excuse my editing and all of that business. I appreciate you guys viewing in because I do have an author that I want to talk about today, and that is Ernest Cline. I love Ernest Cline's two books that I've read by him. I'm not sure if he has a whole lot more out there, but I know I read Ready Player One, which came out in 2011, and I read Armada, which came out in 2015. And both of them are fantastic, and we're going to touch on them. These are great books for probably like tweens on up. Honestly, I would let Sophia read Ready Player One or Armada if she was interested in dystopian society novels. Both of these characters are male, so there is that. They do kind of veer a little bit towards a male audience, but as a female, I greatly enjoyed these books as well. So I really don't think you have to be like female or male to enjoy these books. Like Harry Potter, you've got a male main character, but everybody can enjoy them. So there is that. And the first book we're going to talk about is the first one that came out, which was Ready Player One. And I don't have my coffee today. We're shooting with green tea today. So yay for green tea. But so Ready Player One came out in 2011. It's about Wade Watts. Wade Watts lives in like the stacks, which is like the slums of a major city, and he goes to school every day in what's called the Oasis. And the Oasis is this virtual reality that was created by James Halliday, who has since passed away. And he has set Easter eggs with pop culture references throughout the Oasis for people to find, and the people looking for these Easter eggs are called gunners. And if you win the game, you will have basically rights and ownership to the Oasis. It's worth a lot of money, millions. So all of these kids and all these people are trying to find these Easter eggs in the Oasis. And Parzival, which is the name of Wade Watts' character in the Oasis. I actually have a dog named Parzival because I love this book so much. Meets Artemis. Artemis is this BA chick who is in the Oasis, and they search for Easter eggs together. And it's just a really, really great story, and I love it a lot. And there's tons of pop culture references. Like I said, it is a movie. The movie's actually decent. I was happily surprised with the movie. But of course, always, I'm going to tell you, read the book. It's so much better. And I really, really think that anybody from, like I said, like 10 years old and up would enjoy this story. The second book that came out is Armada by Ernest Cline as well, and that came out in like 2015, and I remember going to buy Armada the day it came out because I loved Ready Player One so much, and Armada is good in itself. This is not a sequel to Ready Player One. It's a completely different story, completely different time, and this is about Zach Lightman, and Zach Lightman loves this game called Armada. It is a flight simulator in which you work for the Earth Defense Alliance, the EDA, to fight off aliens to try to save Earth from the aliens. And essentially, Zach is really good at this game. He's one of the top players on the board. Because of that, he finds out that the EDA, the Earth Defense Alliance, is a real thing. And he's going to go into space, and he is going to fly these actual planes that he's been simulating flying forever. And he finds out that his dad, who he thought was dead, spoiler alert, was actually a captain or a colonel in the EDA, and he had to leave behind his family in order to defend Earth. It's a really good book. I highly recommend it. Both of these books, Ready Player One and Armada. I would consider them like light fantasy, and that it's, you know, there's not any like weird creatures or anything other than aliens in Armada, but like there's not monsters or anything like that, but there is, you know, the dystopian society aspects of it. So I would call it like a light fantasy. But I highly recommend both of these books. Check them out. They're by Ernest Cline. He is not an author that you hear a lot about, but I was really blessed to find him and really enjoy his stuff. So I know quarantine is still kind of going on. Now there's, you know, issues with curfew. I don't want to get political in this video, but now people are going to have to be on curfew as well because of some things going on and what different governments have decided to do. So I hope you guys are being safe. I hope that you guys are having a little bit of happiness in these dark times. I think Dumbledore makes a great quote in Prisoner of Azkaban that, you know, even in the darkest times, you can have some happiness by just knowing how to turn on the light. And I hope that you guys are picking up a good book that's bringing you a little bit of joy. So what are you reading this week?